in bed. No more back thinking, time for thinking ahead.
Good everyone, Caucus, and we're on with the Fayetteville Cumberland Black Leadership Caucus, and we're on with you today talking about issues. Have a lot of streaming is down, but in touch with us if you can. Right now, our any down, but if you want to, you can go to TuneIn, TuneIn.com, and search for WIDU. Also, if you have an iPhone or iPad, that's way beyond me. You can go to Christian. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, NETCASTIANNETCAST, ChristianNetcast.com, and you'll be able to hear us on WIDU. 1340 AM WAGR and Lumber 100 AM and 6 WEWO Laurinburg and Lumberton 1460 AM WEWO Laurinburg. We're inspiration and we're information, and we already have a caller on our line, one of our partners in progress, the Labor Council and president of the Sandhills Central Workers down in Tar Heel, North Carolina. Food and commercial.
How you doing?
Good morning. How are you today?
Doing great, doing great. Yes, Nancy, how you doing?
Because I understand that tomorrow will be very different.
Oh, yeah, I see they're calling.
Because I understand that tomorrow will be very different.
Oh, yeah, I see they're calling for snow.
Snow. It's going to drop tonight, overnight, into low temperatures.
In snow, so I'm going to try and stay away from it.
Okay.
I'm not used to driving in snow.
And Keith with Union, and what are you guys up to?
Well, I mean, we're
What are you guys up to?
Well, I mean, we're representing the employees at the Smithfield plant every day, and every year for people to really get out and be. I think it's going to be a great year for people to really get out and become involved in their community and what's happening in the state of North Carolina. An event that we're really excited about is February 8th. The HK-on-J.
Yeah.
We're taking a Memorial March. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're very excited about that. We're going to be taking a bus up to Raleigh.
Okay.
We have many members that are interested in going. So.
Have you filled that bus
yet?
Okay. The bus been filled?
No, the bus has not been filled yet.
Okay.
If it is filled, we'll get a second.
Okay. I understand you may make a stop in Fayetteville.
Yes, we're planning on, anybody who wants to go that needs a ride, just contact us. Anybody who wants to go that needs a ride, just contact them, or they can contact you yourself, and just let us know, and we'll save a slot for you. And,
okay. You want to give us your number so they can call your office?
Yeah, our phone number is 910-879-1208.
Okay, so folks, that's 910-879-1208. That's down in Tar Heel. Locally, if you want to call, you can call 484. The number is 910-48. That's 484-6166. Now, okay, that's 484-6166. Now, we do have a bus leaving from 707 Murchison Road. From to get on that bus office. So if you want to get on that bus, sign up because spots are filling up. This is a Virginia, and they have a bus. They have buses. Some friends of mine from Virginia, New Jersey, Virginia, South Carolina, all kinds of states. New York, New Jersey, Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia. And they're all coming to the Memorial March. It's going to be huge.
Progressive Coalition. The Reverend Barber has done in the state of North Carolina with Progressive Coalition have really been great, and it's got national attention and stand for, and make some changes, support those groups and what we stand for, and make some changes.
One of the things, you want to tell us what your role is on the, that's exactly right. One of the things, you want to tell us what your role is on the Central Labor, first of all, what is the Central Labor Council, Sandhills Central Labor Council?
The union Sandhills Central Labor Council is a council of union organizations within the Cumberland County. We meet once a month, even going into some of the other neighboring counties. We meet once a month, and we discuss issues that are happening for working people in America in the immediate area. On behalf of workers in the area.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this: your membership
affiliated with the AFL-CIO of the state of North Carolina.
Now, let me ask you this: your membership, do you you push them to vote?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a high voter? Do you have a high
being active in voting?
Your members?
Yeah, we have a good turnout with our members being active in voting. We're constantly talking about the importance of being ability to participate in our community, and the greatest ability to participate is to be able to vote. And it's a right that's been fought for. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that people have the right, and it's been a hard struggle to make sure that people have the right to vote in this country. And so we really encourage our members
to exercise
that.
Union right. Now, what is it that the union? I mean, what is the difference between union workers? What workers kinds of things do you advantage your workers with? What do union workers get that non-union workers don't get?
Well, union workers are not at-will employees. For any kind of disciplinary action or any action that's taken against an employee, or even changing their working conditions, the companies must show a just reason for it. It's not just because they want to.
Mm-hmm. So an at-will employee means what?
At-will it basically means in the state of North Carolina that the employer can fire you for a reason or no reason. And that's just not, that's not the American way. That's not justifiable. Mm-hmm. Not something we believe that people should have to live under. With that comes a lack of job security. Adds a lot of anxiety to people and their families. You're never really secure. You're constantly on probation. At any time you can walk in the door and your employer can fire you. Mm-hmm. Especially in large companies, that's just not something that's good for people.
Okay. And what about differences in pay and benefits?
Well, you can just go to the Department of Labor, and it'll show you that union workers across the country generally make 30% more than non-union workers in the same industries and stuff. So, that's something we've always strived for, is to make sure that we set the standard. So union workers benefit from us setting those standards.
Okay, and providing health care benefits?
Yeah, make sure they got health care benefits, vision care, dental, all those things. Because if you're going to be an employer, you should take care of your employees that take care of you.
Okay.
And that's something that we've always believed in.
Well, you had a struggle, and I know you've been there for many years at the Tar Heel plant, and it was a big, long struggle to get the union in there. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a long struggle. We had many partners during that struggle. Many of the groups that are going to be going to the Moral Monday or the Moral March on February 8th helped us. They were there for us, supporting the workers, supporting what our right was to form a union on the job, and so together we were able to accomplish a great victory right here in North Carolina.
Well, I'm glad, and I hope that you'll continue to come every week if you can and talk about the value of unions. We need to change the mentality of what has happened, particularly here in the Southeast, in terms of labor. And one of the things that is going on, there's a movement, how a Southern workers movement can change the nation, because the South and North Carolina in particular is the least unionized state in the country. Right. And that means that wages stay low. Benefits are maybe non-existent, although with the new Affordable Care Act, that changes things for people. But there will be an event up at Duke University for those that don't mind traveling to Durham. And it's Organizing the South. That's going to take place on Wednesday, January the 29th at 7 p.m. And so the national unions are calling for a Southern organizing strategy. And what they want to look at is how low wages in the South, and particularly over here in the Southeast, how does that affect the rest of the country? Do you want to speak to that at all?
Yeah, Nancy, I'll actually be at that event next Wednesday.
Good.
I encourage everybody to come out to it. And, the biggest thing that people got to realize is, forming a union is just simply your right under federal law. It's a basic right. It's exactly what, we believe in America. United States itself is a union.
Right.
We believe that we're greater when we're together.
Exactly right.
We're stronger when we stand together, and the same philosophy is in the workplace.
That's true.
And unions are a constitutional organization. They're a democratic organization. I'm an elected officer. If I don't do a good job representing my members, they vote me out. Unions aren't anything for people to be scared of. We're not a cult. There's a lot of bad press and education that gets put out there. A lot of times it's just misinformation that's put out by
That's
corporate
true.
America. And we have our enemies, but we understand that workers are under attack.
Yes, that is so true. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on with us again, and look forward to seeing you. Maybe I'll see you. I won't see you Wednesday. I won't be able to be there because we're doing some other work on voting rights. I wish I could be there. But I do, when I come back after this break, kind of talk a little bit about what is happening to teachers in North Carolina and how they're being divided. And hopefully you're not going to fall for it or drink the Kool-Aid. And we'll get back because that plays a role in terms of voting and in terms of unionizing. Keith, thank you so much for being on with us this morning.
Yeah, Nancy, and always, we need to remember, we need to set our priorities, and we need to look out for our teachers who look out for our future, and
yes,
really prepare our young people and set the tone for North Carolina in the future.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thanks so much, Keith.
Yeah, thanks, Nancy.
Okay, talk to you soon. And now I hear the music in the background, which means we're going to break, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments. And we're back, folks. We will encourage you to call in. We're at 483-6111. We talked we talked a bit about unions and the value. And I want to talk about the Teachers Association. One of the things that said, one of the greatest insults to teachers were ever cooked up in a back room. And this was an article written by Diane Ravitch. Now, Diane Ravitch is a woman who is an educator and written many, many books. And she was one of the strong supporters of charter schools some years back. And she wrote a more recent book, and she debunked charter schools. She said there's nothing that has shown that charter schools are any better than public education. In areas where people have wealth, charter schools are very successful. In areas where it is low wealth, they are not successful. They don't have any more success rate than public education. So when she heard about North Carolina, one of the things she said is, I thought it must be a joke. North Carolina legislators are considering laws and have put in place laws that are going to demolish the teaching profession and encourage teacher turnover. Call it the here today, gone next year policy in order to cut costs. And we've been talking about that. It'll place teachers in embraces high teacher turnover, places teachers in one of three tracks: apprentice, master, or career. 60% of all North Carolinian teachers would make $32,000 a year in the apprentice category. The thing is, it takes years to become what is called a career teacher. And right now we have this issue of the state saying that the only 25% of teachers will get raises and will get increases, and those increases come with a loss of tenure. So what it does is pit the 25% against the 75%. I'm really happy to hear that the NCAE, the teacher organization, is coming out with a project, and they're saying don't sign. They're saying to the 25% who are offered these increases, do not sign. This is a divisive, terrible, terrible way of breaking schools apart. Now, some of it, I was talking to Joe Sorcy the other day, who is the Cumberland County chair of the Education Association here. And one of the things he pointed out, and teachers, I know you're in classrooms now, but those of you who have teachers in your families or no teachers, talk to them, because one of the things teachers did not do at a great degree was vote. He informed me that the turnout for teacher voting was less than 30%, I believe. Now that's very serious, because if you don't vote and you are a weak link, that's when certain governments will come after you. People don't realize how your rights are tied to voting, and we've got to tell all of our young people, old people, not so much the old ones, because they really understand that everything you get, the clothing on your back, where you can buy it, how much you get to buy it, the food on your table, where you live, where your children go to school, depends on who is representing you in your state legislatures in particular. Not your president so much, but your state legislatures, and we need to keep that up front. So those of you who know teachers, really talk to teachers about getting out and voting. And I'm glad to hear that they're rallying against this. The program that they're calling, the North Carolina Association of Educators is calling this program Decline to Sign. And they're asking that those 25% of the teachers who are rated as proficient, asking them to not sign, to agree to waive that and stay in solidarity. Like Keith was talking before, union is strength. Whether it's the United States of America, and I have to go back because yesterday the NAACP had a program, and it talked about the Emancipation Proclamation, and it talked about freeing why President Lincoln freed enslaved people. He wanted to maintain a union because he understood that to be powerful, you have to be in union. And because the South was forced to come back into the union, it has made America the strongest, the richest, most powerful nation on earth. Union is strength. He did not want to see America look like Europe, where you have 10 and 20 different states, countries fighting each other, struggling with each other. So he understood the value of union. We need to understand the value of union. And I see the next person is in for the 10 o'clock hour, Adam Biah. And maybe you have some comments on what I've said. Starting early.
No, I heard the interview with the
with Keith?
union president.
Uh-huh.
And he made some excellent points. You know, we've always down south been you know, things been painted as the boogeyman, and to stay away from him. And I mean, whatever they tell us to stay away from, it must be something good.
Must be something good.
You know, good for us and bad for them.
Right.
And but no, I think it sounds like some teachers need to form a union real quick.
Well, they have an association, and maybe they need to move toward union. One of the things we know in education, and nobody likes to talk about this, the more income in a school district or available to children, the better the school system. That is the one thing that is consistent. You can talk about parental involvement. You can talk about all kinds of things. Two things that count is as far money in the school system, and secondly, parent support of education. Parents don't have to be out in the schools. They don't have to go to the meetings, but if they support education at home, the children will be pro-education and will be better educated.